All right, we are tracking all the developments from the Parliament, and Union Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Kiren Rijiju has shared a new video from inside the Parliament from when the Gherao attempt was taking place near the Prime Minister's seat in the Lok Sabha. In a social media post, Rijiju stated, and I quote here, "Congress party is proud of the most degrading behavior by their MPs. If we had not stopped all BJP MPs and allowed the women MPs to confront Congress MPs, it would have led to a very ugly scene. We have a very high consideration to protect the dignity and sanctity of the Parliament." Let me in fact go across to my colleague Anand Singh for more on this. Anand, obviously with this fresh video that has come to the fore, now we can clearly see in the video how the Congress MPs, women MPs were trying to Gherao the seat, the designated seat which is meant for the Prime Minister.
Yes, Shivani, look, now the BJP has released a video, and especially Parliamentary Affairs, Minister Kiren Rijiju released this video stating that how Congress has been regarding the Parliament, and it stated that how Congress women MPs were trying to come near the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech, and even the BJP women MPs, they were all geared up, and to avoid the ugly scenes over there, they have to take action, and thus they have to adjourn the House that very day. So clearly, this is the first video that has been tweeted by Kiren Rijiju, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, over the chair that has mentioned the accusations against the women MPs of Congress, that how he had got some credible input about the opposition MPs trying to hurt Prime Minister when he was all set to arrive in the Lok Sabha and to address the House over there. Back to you.
Absolutely, Anand. And when we look at that video properly, we can clearly see that in the initial stages, there were BJP MPs who were in fact asking the women opposition MPs to step back and not to bring, the banners and the placards that they were carrying. They in fact requested them. We even had Giriraj Singh request some of the members to not do that. However, they continued with their, Gherao process.
Yeah, Shivani, look, the opposition members, they have maintained that they were not in any form going to hurt Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the House. Even Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has dubbed all these allegations as absolute lies. But now with this video, the BJP is trying to corner the opposition, especially the Congress party, that they were planning to hurt the Prime Minister in the House despite several requests from several of the members in the House. But Congress party has maintained that it in no way or in no means wanted to hurt the Prime Minister when he was all set to speak in Lok Sabha on President's address, when he was to complete his motion of thanks on President's address. Back to you.
Right, Anand. Then also Kiren Rijiju speaks about, something called a confrontation. He said that we have more women MPs in the Parliament, and if they would have led to a confrontation, because this kind of, this was igniting tensions, this was igniting chaos inside the Parliament. He said that if there was a confrontation, it could have led to very ugly scenes inside the temple of democracy. However, when the women MPs of the BJP sought, permission to confront the opposition women MPs, they were asked to maintain calm. All right, so this is in fact something that has created a lot of controversy right now. Remember that the video that we are playing on your screens, you can see the timestamp. It's around 4:17 p.m. The Prime Minister was scheduled to speak in the Lok Sabha at around 5 p.m. Joining us on the broadcast is Mr. Sharad Patel, Congress spokesperson. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the broadcast. We appreciate your time. Mr. Patel, how are you looking at this new video that has been released by the Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju?
I think this is nothing but a attempt by the ruling party to escape from the discussions even today in the parliament, because as can be clearly seen in that video that member of the opposition MPs are merely protesting by the seat of the prime minister, and there is nothing wrong in that. There are past instances where even when Dr. Manmohan Singh ji was the prime minister, the opposition MPs used to come and protest in front of the treasury benches. Because they protest in front of the treasury bench, the first bench itself belongs to the leader of the house, which is the prime minister. So obviously they are protesting in front of the chair of the prime minister. There is no security threat in this. The government should trust, the prime minister should trust the fellow MPs. They should respect the decorum of the parliament, and prime minister should have spoken. So this video clearly shows that there was nothing unconsequential happened that day, and prime minister ran away. Prime minister refused to speak in the parliament that day.
Mr. Patel, there is also this allegation that even though several BJP MPs requested the women opposition MPs to not hold the placards over there, to not organize a protest, or not to gather over there, they still continue to do that.
So you have to see the context. You have to see the context of what led to this protest, right? Last 3 days prior to this day, leader of opposition was not allowed to speak because he wanted to quote from the book of the former army chief, Major Narvane, Manoj Narvane. And that same very day, Nishikant Dubey was allowed to quote 13 books in the parliament. The speaker did not stop him, and he laid all sorts of nonsensical allegations against the former prime ministers of the country, and he disrespected them, and that is what the fellow MPs were protesting about.
Right, Mr. Patel, but this could have led to very ugly scenes. That's what Kiren Rijiju has stated in his social media post.
Those ugly scenes we have witnessed in past when the member of the BJP were hurling papers at Dr. Manmohan Singh ji while he was giving a speech. And I can assure you that our MPs had no such intention. Our MPs would not have crossed the line. They would have stayed there and protested to prove their point that what Nishikant Dubey has said is unacceptable in the parliament. What the speaker has done by not allowing Rahul Gandhi to speak for 3 days is unacceptable in the parliament. They would have just protested. Our MPs would not have crossed the line that BJP MPs have crossed in the past by throwing papers at the Prime Minister.
Mr. Patel, there is also this allegation that this was planned just before the Prime Minister's scheduled address. This protest could have been held earlier.
The House only convened at 4 p.m., right? So, and as soon as the House convened, they started protesting. And in the time that we can see that they moved towards the Treasury branch. And this is not something that was happening only on that day. It was happening for past 3 days because Speaker was not allowing leader of opposition to speak in the parliament. The real issue here is that Rahul Gandhi ji has said that if Prime Minister comes to Lok Sabha today, I plan to hand him the copy of the book of Manoj Narvane, and that is the reason why Prime Minister could not muster up enough courage to step in the Lok Sabha that day.
So, but then do you deny that there was a Gherao attempt that was being made?
No, because as I have clearly said that we plan to protest because they were not allowing Rahul ji to speak for past 3 days. So obviously there was a planning to protest and raise the voice that why is leader of opposition not being allowed to speak, and that is well within the rights of the members of opposition.
Right, Mr. Patel. So how do you, in fact, in the end, look at this entire, controversy that has erupted? Because this is a new video that has, in fact, surfaced. This has given much more fodder to the BJP, because the video clearly shows how there are, people who are trying to pacify the situation.
Shivani, I think it exposes the BJP and the ruling party further, because it shows their desperation. That, you know, yesterday there was a meeting between the floor leaders of the opposition and the Speaker Om Birla ji, in whereas they had agreed that opposition leader of opposition Shri Rahul Gandhi ji will be allowed to speak. Yesterday they did not honor their word. Today again there was a meeting and it was said that today he will be allowed to speak. So this is a clear attempt by the ruling party to stall the discussion in the House, because they fear what Rahul Gandhi ji will say will fully expose the Prime Minister and his abdication of the leadership, which he showed to our former Army Chief Manoj Narbane ji on a fateful night when Chinese tanks were moving towards Indian positions. And this is what the BJP fears. That is why, they do not want the House to function, and they want to keep adding fuel to the fire.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Patel, for joining us on the broadcast. We have some more